fight like a roaring fight, crypto and dreams under stadium lights, sweat and fire, hearts ignite. Evening sports buffet, with the Ginch replay. Highlights, wild scores collide, it's the riot live tonight. Blades drawn, bold on the chalkboard slate.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Early Evening Sports Bucket with Ginch. I am Sid Ginch, I am your host. A lot of action this weekend, especially in the NFL, which I don't really consider it the NFL anymore. It is the college football on steroids is what it is. All kinds of stuff. My Chiefs eliminated from the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes, Mike Parsons with ACL injuries. There'll be an anterior cruciate ligament. But again, welcome. Thanks for the Ginch quartet there. Just all kinds of stuff this weekend. Where do we start? So with the Chiefs yesterday, Andy Reid came out and said today that Mahomes avoided major damage to other ligaments. Put up by Nate Taylor, who covers the Chefs for ESPN. He is headed to Dallas to get a second opinion on his knee from Dr. Daniel Cooper, Dallas Cowboys head team physician said. Mahomes is expected to have surgery later this week. Reid said he'll attack it just like he does everything else. Been some pretty good quarterbacks who have had the same injury, and they've done pretty well after they came back. He'll get after it, and he's got good people here to rehab him. He'll be right on top of that. Mahomes put out on his social media, don't know why this had to happen. Not going to lie, it hurts, but all we can do now is trust in God and attack every single day over and over again. Thank you, Chiefs Kingdom, for always supporting me and for everyone who has reached out and sent prayers. I will be back stronger than ever. Look, nobody believed me. Nobody believed me in the preseason. You can ask all my friends. You can ask everybody. Everybody thought I was clueless. I said in July and August, this team would not make the playoffs. It's called the Super Bowl hangover. And again, I put a lot of some Brett Veach. Did nothing to improve the running back core. Did nothing to improve the receiver core. The defense is older. Patrick Mahomes is older. They tried beefing up the O-line because the Eagles basically kicked their ass in the Super Bowl. Really hasn't worked out all that well. This organization needs to take a long, hard look at what they need to do going forward. We all knew it had to come to an end sooner or later. I tried telling everybody. I just had a bad feeling about this season. Everybody called me nuts. And you can pull up shit from July and August. I said this team was not going to make the playoffs. Mike Fuji Fiorgimondo says, what's good, Ginch? Check out the guys. I'm sure he's gloating over the big win against the Raiders. It's the Raiders. Don't get overly excited about it. I know the Cowboys lost. I know the Eagles won. I know it's a step closer to the NFC East title. I get it. But it's the Raiders. You can't beat the Raiders, especially at home, and especially kick their ass, which is what the Eagles did to the Raiders yesterday. Yeah. So the Eagles are probably more than likely going to win NFC East. What seed they get? See, coming from Fuji's mouth, you did make that prediction about your Chiefs. Yes, I did. Again, and as I was discussing, the organization needs to know or take a long look at themselves. Everybody looks in the mirror and says, what can we do to get back on track? Lord knows when Patrick Mahomes is going to be ready. It's December. Torn ACL. More than likely, he's not going to make it through summer camp. Obviously, they're going to hold him out of summer camp. Obviously, will he be ready by September? Probably not. Could he be ready by next October? Maybe. But the Chiefs have way more problems. Again, can't run the ball. When you can't run the ball, and the defense knows you can't run the ball, and they don't respect the run game, what do you think the defense is going to do? They're going to drop 7. They're going to drop 8. Take away what you do best. And that's what teams did this year. Last year, it was with smoke and mirrors. I even said going into the Super Bowl last year, I'm like, they're going to get their ass kicked. Yeah, they might be 15-2, but it's smoke and mirrors. I don't know what the what the answer is. You know, maybe Patrick can restructure his contract. You need to bring in a running back one, top-notch running back. You need to go after look, Rashee Rice, okay receiver. Xavier Worthy, okay receiver. Hollywood Brown, some of the other guys they have. Travis Kelce, I have a feeling he's going to retire. But on the flip side of that, this isn't the way he wants to go out. 6-8, missing the playoffs, but he's old. Does he want to put his body through it again? Does he want to come back? You won 3 Super Bowls. You were to 5 Super Bowls. There's nothing left to prove. So again, you know, hopefully, and look, if I'm the Chiefs with the rest of the players, with the rest of the starters, like Travis Kelce, I'd shut him down. But that's just me. If everybody wants to play, then so be it. Then everybody wants to play. But just again, if people say, "Well, it's sad to see X." Look, it has to. Every run has to come to an end at some point, and this was the year. Fuji chimes in. Hey, check out those guys on Patterson Avenue Fanatics tonight. I'm sure they'll shoot the shit about the Eagles' big win over the Raiders. Mike Fuji says, well, the thing is that team needs to revamp it all offensively and defensively. Yes, Fuji, again, the whole organization as a whole, to get back on track, they need to try and figure out what they're going to do because, you know, they beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl. They tried to run it back with everybody else last year. Okay, they were 15-2. I get it, but it was an iffy 15-2. You know, you win games, no matter how you win them. But then they try to run it back this year with everybody else again. Big mistake. I just thought it was a big mistake. There were free agent running backs last year that they could have signed. They could have brought in an RB1. They didn't. Tried to run it back with Pacheco and Hunt. Trying to run it back with the same receiving core. Rashee Rice was out for 4 or 5 games in September. Didn't help. But across the board, it just wasn't good. MRA confirms Packers' Micah Parsons has torn ACL, so he's out for the remainder of the year. Again, big loss for the Packers. I had the Packers beating the Broncos yesterday. When he went down, it was like the air went out of the team. Of course, the Broncos rattled off now 11 straight victories. But even they're doing it with smoke and mirrors. But look, championship teams find ways to win. Mike Parsons put out on his social media, I may be sidelined, but I'm not defeated. This injury is my greatest test. A moment God allowed to strengthen my testimony. I believe he walks with me through the storm and chose for me this fight because he knew my heart could carry it. What does he say here? I'm deeply grateful to the Packers, etc., etc. Big blow, man. Big blow to Green Bay. Dylan Spalding says, Neff, DS is in the hizzle. 2 months till the Daytona 500, by the way. I was going to try to go. I'm not paying that kind of money to go to see a race with the state with it. NASCAR is in a state right now that I don't like at all, and I never thought that I would see. I'm not paying that kind of money to watch the cars start that late. They go in the night. It's not the Daytona that I know. But look, Green Bay lost yesterday. Chicago with the W. I believe the Chicago Bears are in first again. I don't know if they've got the number one overall seed right now. The Colts came out and said that Mr. Rivers to remain Colts quarterback one for Monday Night Football versus the 49ers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you're 44 years old and above, you're a male, and your favorite NFL team needs a quarterback, go try out. Dylan Spalding, my team is racing at Daytona. Outstanding. Outstanding, my man. Yes, if you're 44 and above and your NFL team needs a quarterback, even a backup, go try out. You never know. The Washington Commanders have shut down Jaden Daniels for the rest of the year. Wise choice. What else do we have here? Joe Burrow said that he is going to start the final 3 games. We want to win. Hey, look, if the Steelers lose tonight, I know the Ravens won, but if they're both what? Baltimore's now 7-7. Depending on if the Steelers lose, they're 7-7. I mean, Cincinnati 4-8, 4-9. Who knows? You rattle off 3 straight wins. You finish what? 7-10. Who knows? Bob Stoops has closed his chapter on his coaching career after his United Football League stint. Good luck. Sad news from college football. Former South Carolina quarterback Steve Tannehill has passed away at 52. It says here, reported by the Associated Press, he passed away in his sleep overnight. I remember him playing in the early 90s. Good, solid quarterback in college. And of course, the Porter carousel starts. It's been ongoing, but Nebraska quarterback Dylan Raiola, he is to enter the transfer portal. Where he winds up, nobody knows. Again, I would encourage anybody, if you have your favorite college football team, just go look at the portal right now. It's just like, it's insane. And of course, I'm still waiting for more players to drop out of their bowl games. Let's go to the NFL. Well, I just wrote down notes for each game. I'm not gonna. I'll save that for tomorrow. Going through stats and stuff like that. Oh, and by the way, for all you Patriot clowns, when you were up 21-0 and you were trolling everybody, up yours. I was putting it on social media. One thing I've learned over the passage of time in the technology age, and especially when it comes to games, you keep your mouth shut and let the entire game play out. And 2, think before you hit send. It all started Thursday night. The Buccaneers, yes, fading fast. 7-7. I believe the Buccaneers were 5-1 at one point. They are 2-6 in their last 8. There's no excuses. What are some of the things I wrote down here? I mean, either team could have won the game. I mean, Christ. Atlanta was penalized 19 times for 125 yards, and they still won the game. Again, all I wrote down here was Atlanta wanted it more and made one more play. Buccaneers, like, they were sitting at 5-1, and everybody was like, "Oh, Baker Mayfield for MVP," and I said, "Yeah." It was like, it's only 6 games. Enough. I always say every season, talk to me after Thanksgiving. I've seen teams start off 6-0 and miss the playoffs. Just let the entirety of everything play out. Buccaneers are 7-7. Falcons are 5-9. But look, could the Buccaneers rattle off 3 straight? Yes. Could they finish 10-7, still win the division, get in the playoff? Yes. It's a big if now, though. Bears hammered the Browns 31-3. I told everybody to pump the brakes on Shador last week. It was the Titans. And everybody was like, oh, yeah, he's a. Really, all I wrote down here was Browns 3 turnovers, Bears none. Turnovers kill. Browns looked horrible. Shador looked horrible. Again, pump the brakes. One game does not a season make. Oh, the Ravens beat the Bengals 24-0 in the rematch. Ravens look much better. Cincinnati they're 4-10. If they rattle off 3 straight games, they finish 7-10. You got to hope the Ravens and the Steelers just totally collapse. Don't know if it's going to happen. Really, all I wrote down here was Burrow 2 picks, which really hurt. It's not like either team did anything fantastic offensively. It's just, Cincinnati just didn't look good. And I have a friend down in Florida, and I texted him. I'm like, I think Burrow's gone after this season. He's like, no, I'm not going to get rid of Burrow. I don't know. They are really another organization that really needs to look themselves in the mirror and say, what do we need to do to get over the hump? We've been close. We've made a Super Bowl, but that team is long gone. Of course, the Chargers beat my Chiefs 16-13. Chiefs eliminated from the playoffs. Chargers could still win a division, by the way. On the heels of the Broncos. Really, all I wrote down here was Chiefs can't run the ball. They can't run the ball. Period. I mean, you can't run the ball, sustain drives. Chiefs are 6-8. Chargers, like I said, are 10-4. Firmly in the thick of the wild card race, obviously, in a wild card position. Now they can still win a division, though. And of course, all you Patriots suckholes who were trolling everybody. Bills came back to win 35-31. Really, all I wrote down here was Bills 8-14 on 3rd down. And then I put a big circle. Bills, time of possession, 35 minutes. New England, 24. I mean, Buffalo's run defense is hard. They suck. They're horrible. They're pathetic. And again, the Patriots took the foot off the gas. Bills came back to win. And now little doubt creeps into the Patriots' minds. And of course, all the Patriot trolls today are like, "Oh, we're still going to win a division." Look, Bills are 10-4. Pats are 11-3. Final 3 games will decide the division, obviously. Both teams are going to make the playoffs, though. The Commanders beat the Giants. I had the Giants winning. Shame on me. Giants a season to forget. The game could have gone either way. It didn't have many. I didn't really have a note on this, other than the fact that the Commanders just, made one more play than the Giants did. They held off the Giants in the end, 29-21. Giants are 2-12. Commanders are 4-10. Seasons to forget for both teams. Injuries, injuries, injuries. The Eagles beat the Raiders 31-0, so all you Eagles fans can come down off the ledge. But it was the Raiders, let's be honest. Really, the only thing I wrote down here, Philadelphia 10-13 on third down. Held the ball for almost 40 minutes. I mean, the Raiders stink. I wouldn't get overly excited if I were the Eagle fans. But look, a win's a win. You're supposed to hammer a team like that. So, I mean, the Eagles are back on track. They sit at 9-5. The Raiders are 2-12. So, congratulations. Patterson Avenue Fanatics will talk all about it at 8 o'clock. And I think they're having Mark Farzetta on. To talk all that. Jaguars hammered the Jets 48-20, and then the Jets fired the defensive coordinator, I believe. Game wasn't close. Jets looked disinterested. The Jets, they just stink, unfortunately. All I wrote down here: Jets 3 turnovers, Jaguars 1. That was all she wrote. I think the Jags were up 27-0 or something at one point. And then the Jags took their foot off the gas a little bit, but it was over by then. So, Jags are 10-4. The Jets 3-11. Playoff picture starting to take shape a little bit. Texans hammered the Cardinals 40-20. The Cardinals, another team that's just abysmal. I wrote down here: Houston no turnovers, Arizona 2. And that's 2 turnovers. You can't run the ball. You're going to lose. Texans did what they needed to do. Texans 9-5 in the hunt for a wild card. The Cardinals 3-11. Just writing out their Christmas wish list to Santa Claus. Broncos came back to beat Packers 34-26. Packers were up big there for a while, and then just they fell apart. What are you going to say? Again, Green Bay 2 turnovers, the Broncos 1. And again, I was trying to find. Yeah, Green Bay was up like 23-14, and then Parsons got hurt, and then that was all she wrote. The Broncos are sitting at 12-2. The Packers 9-4-1. The Rams beat the Lions 41-34 in a shootout. I had the Rams winning this. The Lions now may miss the playoffs. I had some people on here saying that the Lions were going to go 12-5. I kind of scoffed at that. I was thinking more 11-6, 10-7. But what do I know? Really, the only note that I had here was Rams 159 yards rushing, Lions 70. And the Lions only ran it 20 times. Just a bad, the Lions season starting to slip away a little bit. Rams sitting at 11-3. The Lions are 8-6. the NFC West minus the Cardinals. You might have two wild cards coming from the NFC West. Saints beat the Panthers in a bad loss for the Panthers because both they had the prime opportunity with the Buccaneers losing earlier. They went a game up in the division, but they lose. Bad loss. The only thing I wrote down here was the fumble that the Panthers had hurt. And Carolina, 11 penalties for 103 yards. Not good. So the Panthers and Bucks are locked into that battle. The 49ers over the Titans, 37-24, a little bit closer than what 49ers fans would have hoped for. The only thing I kind of jotted down here, San Francisco 9 of 15 on third down. The Tennessee Titans were 3 of 9. So the 49ers are sitting at 10 and 4, the Titans 2 and 12. They're getting ready for their vacation. Seahawks over the Colts, 18-16, and Phillip Rivers' return. It's a field goal fest. The Seahawks didn't play well. Colts did. It was a defensive battle throughout. Really, the only thing I wrote down here was the Colts had the one turnover, which kind of hurt. Seahawks had no turnovers, but it was an ugly game. So the Seahawks and the Rams are both 11 and 3. The Colts are 8 and 6, and what could have been, I believe the Colts were 8 and 1. Were they 7 and 1? I believe they were 7 and 1. Now 1 and 5. Their last 6. And of course, last night the Vikings beat the Cowboys. Because the Cowboys are the Cowboys. I was just looking over the stats for the game. Both teams were just horrendous on third down. But they were okay on fourth. I mean, I'm just looking at it here. Dallas won the rushing battle. They were penalized more. Just, the Vikings made more plays, big plays than the Cowboys did. Cowboys season's basically done. Viking season's been done. So, what are you going to do? Let's see what other NFL stuff can I throw out there. Oh, I saw this after the game yesterday, which brings me to an edition of
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
Jerry Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, if the ignorance isn't full blown, like I didn't think Jerry Jones could get any more dumb. Or the naiveness would go over the top. But he said after the game, I didn't expect to be behind the 8 ball the way we are. You know how many times I've heard this shit as a former Cowboys fan? Again, I've said it on my shows numerous tens upon tens of times. I don't wish anything bad on the man. I just wish he would go away. This is good. I'll read you a quote. But this is reported by Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk. We certainly didn't think we'd be here in this kind of shape, with 3 games to go and be behind the 8 ball the way we are. It's very disappointing. I'm really obviously very disappointed for our fans. I'm disappointed for these players. I didn't expect that. I thought we would come out here and on both sides of the ball make a better accounting of ourselves. Minnesota did the best job out there today on both sides of the ball. Are you that fucking clueless? Like, I knew he was clueless. I just didn't think he could take it to the next level. And that's what he's done. I can't with him anymore. I can't. And I've said, since the 96-97 season, he has fist fucked Cowboy Nation for the last 30 fucking years. And it's never going to change. And I keep pleading with Cowboy fans, stop fucking going to the games. Stop going. Stop spending your money on the tickets. Stop spending the money on the money on concessions. Stop taking your family. Stop taking your kids, because this is the kind of shit that you got to deal with for 30 years. It boggles the mind. It just does. Let's go to the NBA, Shy. Let's go to the standings as I do each and every Monday. Eastern Conference, the Pistons still on top, 20-5, and the Knicks are in second, 2 games back. Celtics third, 5 back. The Magic and the Raptors fourth, fifth, 5.5 back. The Heat, 76ers, Cavs, and the Hawks are all 6 games back. Milwaukee Bucks are in 10th. They're 10 games back. Teams right outside the playoff bubble: Bulls, Hornets, Nets, Pacers, Wizards. Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they've lost another game. 2 losses now. 24-2. The Nuggets, Denver Nuggets, 5 games back in second. The Rockets are third, 6 back. Lakers, Spurs, both 5.5 back. I don't know why they've got the Rockets up there. Maybe because they're just a half a game up. Wolves are in 6th, 7 back. The Suns are in 7th, 10 back. Warriors are 8th, 11.5 back. The Memphis Grizz, they're 9th, 12.5 back. Mavs right now, 10th, 14 back. Blazers, Jazz, Clippers, Kings, Pelicans on the outside looking in. Scores from yesterday: the Wizards beat the Pacers 108-89. For the Wizards, your leading scorer was Marvin Bagley the third. 23 points, 14 rebounds. For the Pacers, the leading scorer was Benedict Mathurin, 15 points. Pacers just having a bad year. The Hornets, a rare win. They beat the Cavaliers 119-111. In overtime, by the way. Your leading scorer for the Hornets was Con Knuppel, 29 points. Brandon Miller and Miles Bridges ended 13 rebounds, 10 rebounds, respectively. For the Cavs, leading scorer, Darius Garden with 26 points. Hawks beat the 76ers 120-117. For the 76ers, leading scorer was Paul George with 35. Joel Embiid added 22 and 14 boards. The Atlanta Hawks, your leading scorer was Dyson Daniels with 27 points. Onyeka Okongwu, 15 rebounds. As we follow the bouncing ball, Nets hammered the Bucks 127-82. Leading scorer for the Bucks, Gary Trent Jr. with 20. For the Brooklyn Nets, your leading scorer, was Igor Demon, 17 points. Timberwolves over the Kings, 117-103. Leading scorer for the Kings, there were 3 players with 17 points: DeMar DeRozan, Precious Achiuwa, and Dennis Schrader. For the Timberwolves, your leading scorer was Julius Randle with 24. He added 10 boards. Rudy Gobert added 12 boards. Pelicans beat the Bulls 114-104. For the Pelicans, your leading scorer was Trey Murphy III and Jeremiah Fears. Each had 20 points. Trey Murphy added 10 boards. For the Chicago Bulls, your leading scorer was Colby White with 20. Lakers beat the Suns 116 to 114. Leading scorer for the Lakers was Luka Doncic with 29 points. DeAndre Ayton added 13 boards. For Phoenix, the leading scorer was Devin Booker with 27 points. Trailblazers hammered the Warriors 136 to 131. Leading scorer for the Warriors, Stephen Curry, dropped 48. For Portland, leading scorers were Jeremy Grant, 35 points, and Shaedon Sharpe, 35 points. Robert Williams III off the bench added 11 boards. Games tonight. 7 o'clock, Pistons at the Celtics, the Raptors at the Heat at 7:30, the Mavs at the Jazz at 9:30, Rockets at the Nuggets, 10:30, Grizz at the Clippers. Let's go to the NHL. Let's go to the standings. Eastern Conference in the Atlantic Division, Tampa Bay and Detroit are tied atop with 39 points apiece. Canadiens, Bruins with 38 points. They're a game back. They're third and fourth. Panthers are fifth. They're 3 back with 34 points. The Maple Leafs sixth, 33 points, 6 back. Senators and the Sabres both with 32.7 back. Metropolitan, the Hurricanes sit on top with 44 points. The Islanders are second, 41, 3 back. Caps are third, 40 points, 4 back. Flyers are fourth, 38 points, they're 6 back. Penguins are fifth with 37 points, as are the Devils, 7 points back. Rangers are seventh, 36 points, 8 back. And the Columbus Blue Jackets, they're in last, 12 points back. Western Conference in the Central, Colorado Avalanche are first with 53 points. Dallas Stars, 47 points in second, they're 6 back. The Wild are third, 43 points, 10 back. Mammoth are fourth with 35 points, 8 back. The Blackhawks are fifth, 32 points. They are 21 back. Jets, Blues, 6th and 7th, 31 points, 22 back. And the Predators, 28 points, and last. Out there in the Pacific, Vegas Golden Knights on top with 41 points. The Ducks are second, 39 points, 2 back. Kings are third, 37 points, 4 back. The Edmonton Oilers are fourth, 36 points. They are 5 back. Sharks, fifth, 35 points, 6 back. Kraken Flames, they are 6th and 7th with 30 points, 11 back. And the Vancouver Canucks really struggling in last place with 27 points. Scores from yesterday. Canucks beat the Devils 2-1. The Mammoth in overtime over the Penguins 5-4. Hurricanes over the Flyers in a shootout 3-2. The Wild over the Bruins 6-2. Canadiens over the Oilers 4-1. Sabres over the Kraken 3-1. Games on tonight at 7. Panthers at the Lightning. The Ducks are at the Rangers. 7:30 p.m. Senators are at the Jets. 8 p.m. Preds at the Blues. 8 p.m. Kings at the Stars. NCAA men's basketball. Let's go to the rankings. I'll use the AP this week. Georgia's 25th, 9-1. Florida's 23rd, 6-4. Virginia 23rd, 9-1. St. John's 22nd, 6-3. Auburn is 21st, 8-3. Tennessee 20th, 7-3. Texas Tech is 19th, 7-3. Illinois is 18th, 8-3. Kansas is 17th, 8-3. Alabama 16th, 7-3. Nebraska 15th, 11-0. Arkansas 14th, 8-2. Vanderbilt's 13th at 10-0. 12th and 11th, North Carolina and Louisville 9-1. 10th and 9th, BYU, Michigan State 9-1. 8th and then 7th, Houston, Gonzaga, they're both 10-1. Purdue 6th, 10-1. UConn is 5th, 10-1. Iowa State 4th, 11-0. Duke's 3rd, 10-0. Michigan 2nd, 10-0. And Arizona, your new number 1, 9-0. Excuse me. Top 25 action yesterday. Number 4, Iowa State beat Eastern Illinois 78-53. Saturday, number 1, Arizona over number 12, Alabama 96-75. Number 2, Michigan over Maryland 101-83. Number 6, Purdue over Marquette 79-59. Number 7, Houston over New Orleans 99-57. Number 8, Gonzaga beat number 25, UCLA 82-72. Number 9, Michigan State beat Penn State 76-72. BYU hammered Riverside, UC Riverside 100-53. Number 11, Louisville over Memphis 99-73. And number 22, Nebraska beat number 13, Illinois 83-80. Number 14, North Carolina over South Carolina Upstate 80-82. Number 15, Vandy over Central Arkansas 83-72. Number 17, Arkansas over 16, Texas Tech 93-86. Number 18, Florida 80, George Washington 70. Final in overtime, number 19, Kansas beat NC State 77-76. Number 21, Auburn beat Chattanooga 92-78. Number 22, St. John's beat Iona 91-64. Let's go to the women. Let's go to the rankings AP poll. Princeton's 25th at 10-1. Michigan State 9-1 and 24th. Nebraska 23rd at 11-0. 22nd, Washington is 9-1. Ohio State 21st 9-1. Notre Dame 20th 8-2. USC's 19th 7-3. North Carolina's 18th 9-3. Tennessee 17th 7-2. Louisville 16th 10-3. Baylor's 15th at 10-2. Ole Miss 14th 10-1. Vandy undefeated at 9-0. Kentucky 12th 11-1. Iowa's 11th 10-1. Iowa State 10th 12-0. TCU 9th 11-0. 8th Oklahoma 11-1. Maryland 7th 12-0. Michigan is 6th 9-1. LSU 5th 11-0. UCLA 4th 9-1. South Carolina 3rd 10-1. Texas 2nd 12-0. UConn on top 10-0. Top 25 action on Saturday. Number 1, UConn beat number 16, USC 79-51. Number 5, LSU beat Louisiana Tech 87-61. Number 6, Michigan over Akron 85-59. Number 9, Oklahoma beat Oklahoma State 92-70. Number 11, Iowa hammered Lindenwood 102-68. Number 17, Ole Miss over Wofford 86-52. Number 20, Washington over Green Bay 79-74. Top 25 yesterday. Number 2, Texas beat number 13, Baylor 89-54. Number 3, South Carolina over Penn State 95-55. Number 8, TCU over Jacksonville 89-49. Number 10, Iowa State over Northern Iowa 81-53. In overtime, number 22, Louisville beat number 12, North Carolina 76-66. Number 15, Kentucky beat Belmont 77-69. South Carolina State and Ole Miss, number 17, Ole Miss 91-32. Number 18, Tennessee hammered Winthrop 112-40. Number 19, Notre Dame over James Madison 78-65. Number 21, Ohio State over Toledo 85-60. Number 24, Nebraska beat Illinois State 85-44. Number 25, Michigan State beat DePaul 90-46. On the slate tonight, one game, 7:30. Number 13, Vandy hosts South Florida. Go to the Premier League, since that's the division. I said, that everybody follows. Today, Premier League action, Man United and Bournemouth 4-4 draw. You don't see that too many times. Fixtures from Saturday. I said fixtures from Saturday. It's trying to do something back and forth here. Give me just a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Chelsea beat Everton 2-0. Liverpool beat Brighton 2-0. Fulham over Burnley 3-2. And Arsenal beat Wolverhampton 2-1. On Sunday, Man City blank Crystal 3-0. Nottingham Forest blank Tottenham Hotspur 3-0. Sunderland blank Newcastle 1-0. Villa over West Ham 3-2. And Brentford at Leeds 1-1 draw. If we want to go to the table, I will give you the top 4 in Champions League right now, as they would all make Champions League for next year. As it stands, if the season ended today, Arsenal with 36 points, Man City in second with 34, Villa third with 33, and right now Chelsea in fourth with 28. If the season ended today, relegated would be West Ham, Burnley, and Wolverhampton. I think that's going to do it for today. Again, 8 o'clock, go check out here on the Cole County Entertainment Network. Check out the guys over at Patterson Avenue Fanatics. They'll talk to Victory over the Raiders. They'll talk to Farzi. They'll talk to Mark Brazzetta about what the buzz is this week about this Eagles team. As I end each show, practice compassion, practice empathy, have passion for what you do. Hug somebody every once in a while. You might not get a second opportunity. Tell somebody you love them. I'm sorry. Hug somebody every once in a while. It might make your day. Tell somebody you love them, because you might not get a second opportunity. And for God's sakes, if you see somebody struggling for whatever reason, ask questions, inquire, pick their brains. What can you do to help? Can we get this person help? You might not just be saving a life. You might be saving multiple lives. With all the craziness in the world right now, we need more compassion, empathy, and love. Those are lost art forms, because the world's just batshit crazy right now. So, stay warm. Check on your neighbors. Check on your elderly, because it's friggin' cold out. Make sure your pets are safe. Bring them in. There's only one left for me to do. That's for Dandy Don to take me in.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, the party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.